If your income stops when you stop working, you're not free. You're trapped in a cycle. Every day, millions trade hours for dollars, only to wake up and do it all again. But what if you could create something once and get paid for it forever? Not for a paycheck, not until retirement, but for life. This audiobook shows you how to think, act, and build like a creator, turning skills, ideas, and assets into income that never sleeps. You don't need to be rich to start. You need the mindset, the strategy, and the courage to begin. If you're ready to stop surviving and start building wealth that lasts, listen closely. This could change everything. Book, The Game of Money, author, Mason Creed, audiobook by ReadRealm. Introduction. Understanding money mindset. Money is not just paper. It's energy. It's choice. It's direction. Every dollar you earn, spend, save, or invest reflects the way you think, feel, and decide. Too often, we treat money like a scorecard or a source of stress, forgetting that it is simply a tool, a mirror of our habits, our focus, and our mindset. Understanding how money works starts with understanding yourself. Before you can grow wealth, you must first grow your awareness of how you interact with it. Financial success is not about luck, inheritance, or the size of your paycheck. It begins in your mind. Your thoughts, decisions, and daily behaviors shape your financial reality far more than the numbers in your bank account. Many people struggle because they let money control them rather than the other way around. They live paycheck to paycheck, spend impulsively to feel temporary comfort, or avoid thinking about money at all. This reactive approach creates stress, uncertainty, and frustration. But there's another path. Wealth is built intentionally, through thought, strategy, and consistent action. It's a game, and like any game, understanding the rules gives you power. Those who win are not necessarily smarter or luckier. They have mastered the mindset that transforms everyday choices into compounding results. This book will guide you to think differently about earning, spending, saving, and investing. It will show you how to shift from reacting to creating, from chasing fleeting pleasures to building lasting value. In the pages ahead, you'll discover how to take control of your financial life. You'll learn to recognize habits that drain your resources and replace them with practices that amplify them. You'll see how automation, discipline, and strategic thinking turn money from a fleeting necessity into a tool for freedom. You'll learn why thinking like a creator, not just a consumer, changes the trajectory of your life. This book is not about theory or vague advice. It's about practical steps, mindset shifts, and strategies you can apply today. From mastering your personal finances to building assets that work for you long after you stop actively working, every chapter is designed to give you actionable insights. By the end, you will understand how to harness money to create security, freedom, and opportunity, not just for yourself, but for the life and legacy you want to leave behind. It's time to stop letting money define you and start defining how money works for you. The journey begins with awareness, and awareness begins with understanding your money mindset. Every choice you make today is a seed for the wealth, freedom, and confidence you'll enjoy tomorrow. This is your opportunity to play the game intentionally, strategically, and successfully. Welcome to the Game of Money. Chapter 1. Financial Awareness. The first step toward financial freedom is seeing your money clearly. Most people avoid looking at their finances, treating it like a painful chore or a source of anxiety. They fear what they might find: unpaid bills, mounting debt, or an income that never seems to stretch far enough. But avoidance doesn't make money problems disappear. It makes them grow. Awareness is the antidote. When you face your finances without fear, you reclaim control over your life. Start by taking a clear inventory of your financial reality. Know exactly how much money comes in each month, how much goes out and where it goes. List your income sources, your recurring expenses, and any debts you owe. Include everything, from rent and utilities to subscriptions, credit cards, and small daily purchases. Don't skip the invisible spending. Those $5 coffees and $20 online splurges add up faster than most people realize. Simple tools can make this process easier. A notebook or journal works just fine. But digital solutions can be even more effective. Budgeting apps, spreadsheets, or financial tracking software allow you to see patterns over time. Start by logging every transaction for at least a month. Seeing the flow of money in and out of your life is eye-opening. Awareness transforms vague worries into concrete information. You'll no longer wonder, where did it all go? You'll know. Try this exercise. Write down your total monthly income first. Then list all your fixed expenses, rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, loans, and your variable spending, like groceries, entertainment, and transportation. Finally, list your debts, including interest rates and minimum payments. Seeing the full picture is powerful. You may notice areas where you can cut back, but more importantly, you'll start to feel in control. Financial clarity reduces stress because it removes uncertainty. Money amplifies habits. The way you handle $100 today reflects the choices you'll make with $1,000 or $10,000 tomorrow. Careless spending now creates larger problems later. Conversely, intentional budgeting and tracking habits compound into long-term stability. Awareness is the first compound effect of financial growth. Every time you check, log, or plan your money, you're reinforcing habits that make wealth possible. Financial literacy is more than tracking numbers. It's understanding how money works for you. Learn about interest rates, debt repayment strategies, and saving techniques. Know the difference between assets and liabilities, and recognize that not all expenses are created equal. Every dollar has a purpose, and clarity allows you to direct it intentionally. Your goal in this chapter is simple. Define your financial baseline. By knowing your income, expenses, debts, and savings, you gain the foundation needed for smarter decisions. Without awareness, even the best strategies fail. With awareness, every next step, budgeting, investing, or building assets, becomes easier and more effective. Take control today. Open your statements, log your spending, and confront your financial reality. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is temporary. Control lasts a lifetime. Awareness is the first move in the game of money, and it sets the stage for everything that follows. Once you know exactly where you stand, you can begin to chart the path to financial freedom with confidence. Chapter 2. Money Discipline. Wealth is rarely the result of luck. It's not about winning the lottery or stumbling on a sudden windfall. Real financial success comes from consistent habits, small, deliberate choices repeated over time. And at the heart of those habits is one trait: money discipline. Discipline is what separates those who live paycheck to paycheck from those who build lasting wealth. It's the ability to manage your emotions, spending, and savings consistently. Even when temptation is everywhere, money discipline begins with awareness of your spending patterns. Every dollar you spend has an emotional story attached: comfort, status, escape, or distraction. The first step is to categorize your spending. Ask yourself, is this a need, a want, or a distraction? Needs are essentials: food, shelter, transportation. Wants are things that improve life but aren't essential: nice clothes, entertainment, or dining out. Distractions are purchases that temporarily soothe, entertain, or impress but add little lasting value. Understanding these distinctions gives clarity. enabling you to make intentional choices rather than impulsive ones. Budgeting is often seen as a restriction, a set of rules that take away freedom. But in reality, it's the opposite. A smart budget is a tool for freedom. It shows exactly where your money goes, creates boundaries for impulsive spending, and ensures you are consistently saving and investing. Think of a budget as your personal blueprint, a guide that helps you prioritize what matters most while keeping your future secure. Discipline is easier when you know exactly what your money is for. Saving is the ultimate act of respect for your future self. Every dollar put aside is a message. I value tomorrow as much as today. Waiting for the perfect time to save is a trap. There will always be distractions, unexpected expenses, or the temptation to spend. True discipline is starting small, today, and making saving a consistent practice. Even $10, $20, or $50 a week compounds over months and years. The habit matters more than the amount. Delayed gratification is a cornerstone of wealth. Consumers often chase immediate pleasure, trading long-term stability for temporary satisfaction. Creators and disciplined savers do the opposite. They delay spending now to create opportunities later. This doesn't mean deprivation. It means prioritization. The coffee you skip today might become an investment in a course, a tool, or a system that generates real returns in the future. Every small act of restraint builds financial muscle. Discipline also requires emotional control. Spending is rarely just about money. It's about feelings. Avoid using shopping to soothe stress or boredom. Notice the urges that drive impulsive purchases and replace them with intentional alternatives. A walk, a conversation, or a review of your budget and goals. The more you manage your money emotionally, the more naturally disciplined you become. Consistency is key. Wealth is not built in a single month or year. It's the result of habits maintained over decades. Regularly review your spending, adjust your budget as needed, and automate savings whenever possible. Automation reduces the temptation to overspend and reinforces discipline by making good habits effortless. By practicing money discipline, you develop both mental and practical habits that last. You train your mind to value future security over temporary satisfaction. You build confidence that you can control your financial destiny. You begin to see that freedom isn't about how much you earn. It's about how deliberately you manage and grow what you have. Discipline transforms money from a source of stress into a tool for empowerment. Each small, consistent choice, categorizing spending, budgeting wisely, saving regularly, delaying gratification, adds up to a powerful momentum. This is the foundation of long-term wealth. The habits you build now will pay dividends for years, even decades to come. Chapter 3. Automate income and savings. Money management can be stressful, even for the most disciplined minds. Bills pile up, subscriptions renew unexpectedly, and the constant mental calculation of income and expenses drains energy. One of the most powerful ways to reclaim control and mental bandwidth is automation. Automation removes the friction from financial decision-making, reduces stress, and ensures that your money is always working for you. Even when you're focused on building skills, creating, or living your life, the principle is simple. Pay yourself first, before paying bills or buying anything else. Set up automatic transfers that move a portion of your income directly into savings or investments. This small habit guarantees that your future self is always prioritized. By removing the choice each month, you make discipline effortless. You no longer rely on willpower. The system does it for you. Over time, these automatic contributions compound, creating a steady foundation of wealth that grows without conscious effort. Automation isn't just for savings. It applies to all recurring financial obligations. Set up automatic payments for rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, and essential subscriptions. This prevents late fees, avoids missed payments, and gives you a clear view of what money is committed versus what is available for growth. When you automate the essentials, you reduce the constant mental juggling and decision fatigue that drains focus and energy. You're free to concentrate on creating more value, not tracking invoices. Automated investing is another critical piece of the puzzle. Contributing regularly to retirement accounts, index funds, or other investment vehicles ensures your money works for you in the long term. Automatic contributions turn investing into a habit rather than a decision. You avoid the temptation to spend what could be invested, and you harness the power of compound growth. Even modest monthly contributions can grow into substantial wealth over years, without requiring constant attention. Automation also opens the door to passive income streams. The true game changers in building lasting wealth: digital products, online courses, subscription services, or rental properties can all generate money while you sleep. Once systems are in place, they require minimal ongoing effort, but continue to produce results. Your focus shifts from trading hours for dollars to leveraging assets that multiply value consistently. The mental freedom this provides allows you to innovate, create, and expand your income streams without feeling trapped by day-to-day chores. While automation reduces active management, it doesn't mean set and forget entirely. Monthly reviews are essential. Check that automatic transfers and investments are working correctly. Verify that subscriptions haven't changed, and ensure your passive income streams remain productive. This brief review keeps your systems efficient and lets you catch potential issues before they become problems. By combining automation with consistent review, you create a financial ecosystem that runs itself smoothly. Your savings grow, bills are paid, and investments compound, all without draining your focus. You stop reacting to money stress and start proactively building long-term security. This is how disciplined financial habits scale. Automation multiplies the impact of your existing discipline, turning small, regular actions into reliable, lasting results. Ultimately, the goal is freedom. When your finances are automated, you free mental bandwidth for the things that truly matter: creation, growth, and personal development. You move from being a consumer trapped in reactive cycles to a creator controlling systems that serve you. Automation doesn't just manage money. It amplifies your ability to live intentionally and build wealth that lasts. Chapter 4: Mindset of a Creator. The difference between financial stagnation and wealth growth often comes down to mindset. Most people operate as consumers. They spend money, time, and energy reacting to the world around them. They chase trends, accumulate possessions, and measure success by what they have in the moment. Creators, on the other hand, operate differently. They produce. They solve problems. They build systems and ideas that generate value, not just for themselves, but for others. Understanding this shift is the cornerstone of wealth creation. A creator sees the world through opportunity, not limitation. Every inconvenience, inefficiency, or gap in the market is a potential seed for a new product, service, or solution. While consumers complain about long lines, confusing systems, or outdated tools, creators ask, how can this be improved? Or, how could I make this easier for someone else? That simple question sparks ideas. And ideas are the currency of creation. The more you train your mind to see opportunities instead of obstacles, the more your capacity for wealth multiplies. Daily habits shape the creator mindset. Creation is not a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. Start small. Write a daily note. Sketch an idea or solve a small problem in your environment. These acts build momentum, train your mind to think constructively, and strengthen your confidence. Learning becomes purposeful. Creators don't read to pass the time or for entertainment alone. They read to apply knowledge, every skill acquired, whether writing, design, finance, or communication, becomes a tool for creation, an asset in your personal wealth ecosystem. Technology and systems amplify your efforts. A creator doesn't just rely on talent. They leverage tools to reach more people, solve bigger problems, and scale their impact. A single idea can become a blog, a digital product, an online course, or a business that serves thousands. Automation, software, and platforms allow your creations to operate independently, producing value without constant input. The more you leverage technology, the more your time multiplies and your capacity to create grows. Your relationship with money also transforms when you think like a creator. Consumers spend money to feel pleasure, status, or temporary comfort. Creators spend money to multiply value. A camera for a content creator, a laptop for a designer, or a course for a business owner isn't an expense. It's an investment that generates opportunities. Each dollar is strategically allocated to create future streams of income rather than merely to satisfy immediate desires. This shift from consumption to creation builds both financial independence and confidence. The creator mindset requires courage. Sharing ideas exposes you to judgment and criticism. Not every creation succeeds, but every attempt teaches something. Failure is feedback, not a stopping point. The more you create, the faster you learn, and the more resilient your financial and creative muscles become. Over time, repeated production builds momentum, and momentum builds wealth. Finally, environment and influence matter. Surround yourself with other creators, people who build, innovate, teach, and solve problems. Being around creative energy reminds you that production is normal and complaints are optional. Distance yourself from spaces that reward consumption without action. Protect your attention like a valuable asset. Every distraction is a missed opportunity to create. Thinking like a creator is not about working harder. It's about working smarter, building value, and seeing wealth as a byproduct of contribution. Consumers chase wealth. Creators build it. They understand that every problem solved, every skill learned, and every tool leveraged increases both their impact and their independence. By adopting the mindset of a creator, you transform money from a fleeting measure into a system that multiplies, producing freedom, opportunity, and lasting wealth. Chapter 5. Investing wisely. Saving money is important, but saving alone will never make you wealthy. It keeps you safe. Yes, but safety doesn't grow wealth. It preserves it. Investing, on the other hand, is what transforms your money into a tool that works for you. When done consistently and intelligently, investing allows your wealth to multiply, create freedom, and build a foundation for financial independence. Understanding the difference between saving and investing is the first step toward making your money grow. The power behind investing is compound interest. Think of it as money creating more money while you sleep. Even small amounts, invested consistently over time, grow exponentially. A single dollar today has the potential to become far more tomorrow, provided it is invested wisely and allowed time to compound. The earlier you start, the more you benefit, because time is the most powerful ally in wealth creation. Waiting for the perfect moment often means losing valuable years of growth. Diversification is another critical principle. Placing all your money into one investment is gambling, not strategy. Spread your resources across multiple avenues: stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses, and index funds. Each has its own risk and reward profile. Stocks may offer high growth, but high volatility. Bonds provide stability with lower returns. Real estate generates passive cash flow while building tangible assets. Businesses and digital ventures create ongoing income streams. Diversification balances growth with protection, reducing the impact of market fluctuations. Investing isn't about chasing quick wins. Patience and long-term consistency are far more valuable than timing the market or following hype. True investors focus on steady growth over years, not instant gratification over days. When markets fluctuate, emotions often cloud judgment, but discipline separates creators of wealth from temporary earners. Long-term investing allows you to ride out volatility and benefit from compounding growth over decades. Understanding your personal risk tolerance is essential. Every investor has a unique appetite for risk based on age, goals, and financial situation. Overextending on risky ventures may lead to stress and poor decisions, while being too conservative may limit growth. The key is balance. Know what you can handle emotionally and financially, and create a portfolio that aligns with both your goals and comfort level. Starting small is better than not starting at all, even a modest. Consistent investment compounds over time. The act of starting reinforces discipline, builds knowledge, and creates momentum. Automate your contributions when possible. Set up recurring transfers to your retirement accounts, index funds, or other investments. Consistency beats occasional large deposits, because time in the market is more important than timing the market. Risk management extends beyond diversification. Protect your investments by staying informed, understanding what you own, and avoiding impulsive decisions. Educate yourself about different investment vehicles, their potential returns, and the risks involved. Knowledge reduces fear and improves decision-making, giving you confidence to navigate uncertain markets. Investing is not merely a financial exercise, it's a mindset. You are training your money to work for you instead of trading time for dollars. Every dividend, interest payment, or rental income is a small machine that adds value without constant effort. By consistently applying the principles of compound growth, diversification, and patience, your investments become the foundation for long-term freedom and financial security. The lesson is clear. Wealth is not a matter of luck. It is the result of disciplined investing, time, and the courage to make your money grow while others simply watch theirs sit idle. By understanding risk, starting early, and investing consistently, you put yourself on a path to financial independence where your money continues to create opportunities long after your active work slows down. Chapter 6. Debt Management and Financial Freedom. Debt is one of the biggest obstacles between you and lasting wealth. Not all debt is bad, but the way you manage it determines whether it becomes a tool or a trap. Understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt is crucial. Good debt is borrowed money used to create future value, like education, investments, or business ventures. Bad debt, on the other hand, comes from lifestyle overspending, impulsive purchases, and high-interest credit cards. Recognizing which debts serve you and which ones weigh you down is the first step toward financial freedom. Regaining control starts with a plan. Track every obligation: credit cards, personal loans, student loans, and mortgages. Awareness reduces anxiety and gives you a clear picture of your responsibilities. From there, choose a repayment strategy that fits your situation. Two popular methods are the debt snowball and debt avalanche. The snowball method focuses on paying off the smallest debts first, building momentum and confidence as each balance disappears. The avalanche method prioritizes debts with the highest interest rates, saving money in the long run. Both work. It's a matter of psychology versus mathematics. What matters most is consistency and commitment. Debt control does more than free up money. It restores peace of mind. Constantly worrying about bills or late fees drains energy and distracts you from creating wealth. Every dollar freed from unnecessary debt becomes a dollar you can invest, save, or use to generate passive income. By systematically eliminating burdensome debt, you gain both financial and emotional freedom. This shift allows you to plan long-term, invest wisely, and take advantage of opportunities without fear holding you back. Avoiding unnecessary debt is just as important as paying off existing balances. Question every borrowing decision. Is this necessary? Will it create value? Or is it a convenience that costs more than it's worth? High-interest credit cards, payday loans, and impulsive financing often create cycles of stress that take years to escape. Use credit strategically and sparingly. Treating borrowed money as a tool, not a crutch. Smart borrowing can accelerate wealth when done intentionally. Education loans that enhance skills and income potential, or a mortgage for a property that appreciates over time, are examples where debt can serve your financial goals. But remember, leverage only amplifies success when managed responsibly. Overspending and careless borrowing lead to stagnation, stress, and missed opportunities. True financial freedom comes when debt no longer dictates your choices. You can focus on creating, investing, and growing your wealth instead of simply surviving from paycheck to paycheck. The road to freedom requires discipline, planning, and consistency, but the payoff is enormous. Each step you take toward paying off debt is a step toward control, confidence, and long-term wealth. By distinguishing good debt from bad, implementing a structured repayment plan, and avoiding unnecessary borrowing, you reclaim your finances. This chapter is not just about reducing balances. It's about creating the freedom to live intentionally, invest strategically, and focus on building a future where your money works for you. Debt, when managed wisely, becomes a tool, not a trap, allowing you to finally break free and pursue lasting financial security. Chapter 7. Protecting wealth. Building wealth is only part of the journey. Protecting it is equally important. Financial growth can be derailed by unexpected events, poor planning, or lack of foresight. True wealth is not just about how much you earn. It's about how much you preserve and safeguard. Protecting assets ensures that every effort you've invested in creating value is not lost to accidents, emergencies, or unforeseen circumstances. The foundation of protection begins with an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, and a safety net prevents short-term setbacks from becoming long-term disasters. Whether it's a medical emergency, job loss, or unexpected repair, having 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved provides peace of mind and stability. This buffer allows you to make rational decisions rather than react out of panic. Insurance is another key pillar of wealth protection. Health, life, disability, and property insurance shield you from major financial shocks. Consider insurance as a tool for transferring risk. You pay a small, predictable cost today to avoid catastrophic expenses tomorrow. Proper coverage ensures that a single unexpected event won't wipe out years of disciplined saving and investing. Estate planning is often overlooked, but essential for long-term financial security. A will, trust, or legal structure ensures that your assets pass to the intended beneficiaries without unnecessary complications. Taxes or disputes. Planning for the future isn't just about leaving money behind. It's about creating a system that continues to support your loved ones and protect your legacy. Safeguarding investments and income streams is equally critical. Diversification protects you from market volatility, while regular monitoring ensures that your portfolios align with your risk tolerance and long-term goals. Protecting income streams, whether from a business, rental property, or digital venture, requires contracts, liability coverage, and careful management. Each layer of protection ensures that your wealth continues to grow without being eroded by avoidable risks. Protection also requires mindset and discipline. Many people focus only on growth, ignoring the fragility of unguarded assets. Real financial security comes from balancing expansion and defense. Ask yourself, what could go wrong, and how am I prepared? Anticipating challenges and putting safeguards in place multiplies the longevity of your wealth. Finally, understand that protecting wealth is an ongoing process. Life evolves, markets change, and new risks appear. Review your insurance, estate plan, and investment protections regularly. Adjustments may be small, but over time, these proactive steps compound into resilience and long-term stability. By prioritizing protection alongside growth, you create a foundation that withstands uncertainty. Wealth without safeguards is fragile. Wealth with planning endures. The habits of preparation, risk management, and legal foresight ensure that your financial achievements continue to serve you and your loved ones for decades to come. Protecting your wealth today is not fear. It's a commitment to lasting security and peace of mind. Chapter 8. Building wealth that outlives you. True financial mastery isn't just about earning more or saving diligently. It's about creating a system that continues to generate value long after your active work ends. Generational wealth is built when your assets, knowledge, and habits compound over time, providing security and opportunity not only for yourself, but for those who come after you. This is the point where wealth shifts from a personal achievement to a lasting legacy. The first step in building wealth that outlives you is understanding the difference between income and ownership. Income is temporary. Once you stop working, the paycheck disappears. Ownership, however, is enduring. Businesses, investments, real estate, and systems continue to produce value, even when you're not actively present. By focusing on building or acquiring assets that generate recurring income, you decouple your lifestyle from your time, freeing yourself from the limitations of trading hours for dollars. A critical component of lasting wealth is long-term thinking. Most people plan for weeks or months. True wealth builders think in decades. Every decision you make today, whether it's investing, saving, or acquiring skills, should be measured against the horizon of years, not days. Compound growth rewards patience, consistency, and strategic action. The sooner you begin, the more powerful the results become, allowing even small actions to snowball into significant impact over time. Building wealth that outlives you also involves teaching and sharing knowledge. Passing on money without teaching principles of value creation is a short-lived strategy. Children, family members, and successors must learn financial discipline, investment literacy, and the mindset of creation. Instilling these habits ensures that the wealth you've built doesn't diminish through poor decisions, but instead multiplies as your teachings empower others to act wisely. Your guidance becomes part of your legacy. As important as the assets themselves, another essential element is purpose-driven wealth. Creating assets for the sake of accumulation alone is fleeting. Wealth that endures is tied to contribution, impact, and meaning. Ask yourself, how can my financial resources help others? Solve problems or create opportunities? Whether it's funding education, supporting community projects, or enabling innovation, wealth becomes a tool for influence and positive change, extending your impact far beyond personal gain to ensure your legacy is sustainable. Focus on systems and structures. Automate investments. Create business processes that run independently, and establish legal structures that protect assets for the long term. Diversify income streams so that no single setback derails your plans. The combination of systems, ownership, and disciplined habits turns your wealth into a living, growing entity that continues to serve your vision, even in your absence. Finally, embrace the mindset of patience and stewardship. Wealth that outlives you isn't built overnight. It grows through decades of intentional action, consistent learning, and disciplined management. Every decision, every investment, every skill you develop contributes to a structure that can withstand market shifts, economic challenges, and life's unpredictability. By thinking generationally, you step into a higher plane of financial consciousness, one that prioritizes stability, growth, and the long-term flourishing of your family and community. Remember, real wealth is measured not just by what you earn or own, but by what continues to grow and serve beyond your lifetime. Building generational wealth requires vision, patience, and a commitment to creating value that transcends your own years. It is the ultimate form of financial freedom, one that empowers you to leave a lasting mark on the world and ensures that the work you've done today continues to produce results for decades to come. Chapter 9. Financial Freedom and Life Design. Financial freedom is more than a number in your bank account. It is the ability to control your time, your choices, and your purpose. True independence comes when your money works for you. Instead of you working for money, the systems, habits, and assets you've built over time create options. Freedom to pursue what truly matters without being enslaved by daily obligations. The first step toward life design is understanding that money is a tool, not a goal. It should enhance your life, not replace it. Wealth allows you to spend time with loved ones, travel, learn, create, and contribute. But without intentionality, even substantial income can lead to stress, distraction, and unfulfilled potential. Use money to expand your experiences, develop your skills, and amplify your impact. Let it serve your values, not define them. Balance is essential in this stage. Financial independence without health, meaningful relationships, or emotional fulfillment is incomplete. Wealth should be aligned with the other pillars of life: physical well-being, mental clarity, emotional connection, and purposeful work. By integrating these aspects, you ensure that freedom is not just about dollars, but about living fully and intentionally. Defining enough is another critical mindset shift. Many chase endless accumulation, believing that more equals better. But real freedom comes when you determine your own threshold, what satisfies your needs, ambitions, and sense of purpose. When you know your version of enough, you stop competing, comparing, and over-consuming. You create space to focus on what truly matters, using wealth as a facilitator rather than a constant pursuit. Financial freedom also requires linking your systems to your lifestyle. Passive income streams, automated investments, and diversified assets are not just for growing wealth. They are the backbone of your freedom. They free your attention from day-to-day stress and allow you to make choices aligned with your long-term vision. Time becomes your most valuable currency, and every decision about money serves your broader life design. Ultimately, life design is about aligning resources with values. Ask yourself, where do I want to spend my energy? What experiences do I want to prioritize? How can my wealth support growth, contribution, and joy? Each decision, from investments to daily habits, should move you closer to a life that reflects your goals, passions, and principles. Financial independence is not just the end of financial worry. It is the start of intentional living. The journey to freedom requires discipline, planning, and consistent action. But the payoff is profound. The ability to choose your path, create your schedule, and live without compromise. By combining financial systems with conscious life design, you step into a life where your time, money, and energy are aligned. You are no longer a passenger in your own story. You are the author. Financial freedom is not a distant dream. It is the outcome of deliberate habits, smart choices, and purposeful creation. When your money works for you, your life transforms. You gain control, peace, and the power to live on your own terms. That is the ultimate reward of mastering the game of money. Conclusion. The Game of Money Mindset. The journey through money is a journey through yourself. Over these chapters, you've learned that wealth is not merely a matter of income or luck. It begins with mindset. Your thoughts, habits, and daily choices shape the trajectory of your finances far more than external circumstances. Financial awareness, discipline, automation, and consistent creation are the building blocks of lasting success. Each principle builds on the other, forming a system where your money, time, and energy work together to produce freedom and opportunity. Discipline is the bridge between desire and results. Small, consistent actions, saving a portion of your income, tracking expenses, sticking to budgets, compound into significant impact over time. Automation ensures that your systems continue to run, even when motivation wanes. It reduces decision fatigue and keeps your progress on autopilot. Creation transforms your relationship with money, turning you from a passive consumer into an active producer of value. Learning to see problems as opportunities and skills as tools positions you to multiply both wealth and impact. Investing wisely amplifies your effort. Compound growth, diversification, and patience allow your money to work for you long after your active hours end. Debt management and protection secure the foundation, shielding your progress from unexpected setbacks. Building wealth that outlives you ensures that your efforts benefit not just today, but future generations. And finally, financial freedom and life design link your resources to your purpose, giving your wealth meaning beyond numbers, time, choice, and control over your life. It's important to remember, habits create results. What you do daily matters more than occasional big moves. The steps you take now, however small, set the stage for growth and freedom later. Waiting for perfect conditions only delays opportunity. Wealth is built through consistent action with what you already have. You don't need to earn more before you begin. You need clarity, focus, and the courage to apply the principles you've learned. The game of money is not about chasing endless trends, comparing yourself to others, or hoping for a lucky break. It is about building systems, creating value, and sustaining results over time. Every decision to save, invest, create, or protect is a move in the game. Every small habit, every choice, compounds into momentum that cannot be ignored. Confidence grows from action, knowledge grows from application, and freedom grows from consistent effort. Now is the time to take control. Begin today, using the tools, mindset, and strategies you already possess. Each chapter you've read is a guide for action. Awareness leads to discipline. Discipline leads to automation. Automation leads to creation. Creation leads to growth. Growth leads to freedom. Freedom allows you to design a life aligned with your values and purpose. Remember this truth. The game of money is not about chasing. It's about building, creating, and sustaining. Your journey doesn't end here. It begins anew each day you choose to produce value, protect your progress, and plan for tomorrow. By committing to these principles, you step into a life of intentional living, lasting wealth, and true financial independence. The game is yours. Play it wisely, consistently, and with purpose. Thanks for joining us in Read Realm, where every book finds a voice. If you enjoyed this audiobook, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new upload. Got a book in mind? Drop it in the comments. You're next. Favorite listen could be our next upload. Until then, keep your mind open and your headphones on.